Before we opened Bayleaf, I can't think of anywhere else in the community that you could go spend quality time interacting with other members of the community. I mean, there are plenty of restaurants and little things like that in the county, but you go in and you eat and you might visit while you're eating and then you leave. But what we've seen at Bayleaf is we have people who will come in to have coffee and they'll sit and just stay. It's a way for members of the community to come together in a relaxed, fun environment to socialize with each other and just have a good time. And I think it's been a really nice addition to the community.
It's like a little, and customers say this when they come in for the first time, or if people are traveling through and they've been through Crawfordville before, they say it's like a little gem in the middle of, or a little oasis in the middle of a desert, or something like that. It feels like that sometimes. You're in the middle of a fried food desert, fried seafood desert, and you can get some healthy food, you can get some, if you're going on vacation to a beach house or you're camping, you can get some bulk items, some healthy stuff just to kind of take with you.
I was working from home. I had a little website that was a community-based website. I covered news and information and events for the county. I did that for about 7 years. And in that time, I met my business partner, Tammy Barfield. She was the manager of the Wakulla News.
Shay and Jason started kindergarten in Connie Worrell's class at Medart Elementary, and so we saw each other in the classroom there at kindergarten at the open house and the little, taking them to school every day. And then we'd see each other at all these events that we both had to attend.
Our kids were the same age and we saw each other at a lot of different things, and our kids played together and we just got to know each other really well. And Tammy was ready to do something different, and I was too.
And so we just kind of started talking and doing some things together in terms of those events, and we ended up really developing a very good friendship because we're very similar in a lot of ways but very different, which works out just fine.
I wanted to have a little coffee shop. That was something I'd always kind of dreamed of doing with a little Wi-Fi, and I knew that that could not sustain itself in Wakulla County. And Tammy wanted to have a health food store, and that was a little dream she'd always had. So we talked about it and we decided we could do both together. And that was how we originated our idea for Bayleaf.
And we really wanted to create a third place for people, because those places are disappearing in our communities. So that's why we started on the idea.
My husband was really supportive of Bayleaf and the whole concept.
And Tom obviously was very supportive, emotionally and financially, fortunately. So, we could get it done. And he thought it would be great too for us and our family and the community as well.
We began to put together a business plan, and we began researching other coffee shops and health food stores that were doing similar things in other areas.
We did actually go to a few workshops by the Small Business Administration, and we did a business plan and we did a pro forma, where we laid out what our expectations were. I mean, we really kind of took on a formal role in the planning of that business because we wanted it to succeed, and we didn't want to feel like if it didn't meet our expectation, we would fail,
The building that we are in now came available suddenly, and it forced our decision. We went ahead and decided, if we're going to do this, this is the building and we have to do it now.
The sign went up that it was for sale, and we were looking, and I looked online to see what they were asking, and it was extremely reasonable. I think one reason is because the lot is very small. The parking lot is about all the property that's there, and the drain field and the septic system. So it was a very small little lot, but the building was great.
I was out of the country with my daughter. We were on a trip to Europe through the high school. So I wasn't even there and never even saw the building. It was sight unseen for me. So we took a leap of faith and purchased the building, and we tried to come up with what we thought was a reasonable amount of customers that might come in the shop every day based on traffic counts. And it was funny because we decided that if we had at least 10 customers a day, and if each customer spent, $30, then that would give us $300 a day that we could pay our basic bills with. And we were hoping just to get 10 customers a day. And we were very pleasantly surprised when we opened, because it was a lot better than that. When we started Bayleaf Market, we knew we were going to have to make some sacrifices with our family time and our personal time. But we really did feel passionate about what we were doing, and it was very exciting.
From the day that we opened, we were naive in terms of like what it takes to actually run a retail business.
And I don't know if Tammy and I even realized how much we were actually sacrificing at first, because we were so busy.
We were never home, basically. We were working literally 12 to 14 hours a day, sometimes more, both of us, because it just was a little bit overwhelming,
It was like shooting out of a roller coaster, and suddenly we were so busy. And initially, Tammy and I were there from 6:30 in the morning until 10 or 10:30 at night. And we did that 6 days a week. And we also had to come in on Sundays because that was when our produce was delivered. So initially it was hard because I did not see my kids that often, and my husband, because we were at the shop all the time. I did feel a lot of guilt initially about that, but we were so busy with the store that it was just all kind of mixed together, and it was kind of an emotional ride that first year.
The other thing that has been important as a result of opening Bayleaf when we did, as far as the timing, is that our kids have all worked there, and they've learned to use a register, to count change, to restock shelves, to be a barista. Now they are more open. They say hello when people come in the door. They're a lot more customer service oriented, so that has helped them a lot.
Bayleaf Market is definitely a family business, and I've really enjoyed working with my kids there. It's been so much fun to watch them grow as people through the shop. They've been very supportive this whole time, and I'm just so glad that they were able to be a part of it too. It's truly a family business. We also have customers that we met through the store who now have planted a beautiful garden in front of our shop. They approached us and asked if they could take over this space and put a garden there for us. We said sure, and we just provided the materials, and they have planted this beautiful garden. Our customers have kind of taken over some ownership of the store too, and that's great to see. And now they're like family to us. Even though that's not a monetary gain, it's a personal gain, and so it makes it worth it.